Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from Srimad Bhagavad Gita, original, chapter number 3, text number 20, Karma Yoga. Karmanaivahi Shamsiddhi Ashita Janadayakaha Loga Sangraham Evapi Sampashyan Kartum Arhasi. That means even if a person who is perfected in his duties, in his dharma on the material platform, karmanaivahi samsiddhi. Samsiddhi means he is perfected in his karmic actions because he cultivated spiritual knowledge. Such people are listed in the scriptures, especially Janaka Maharaj, the father of Mother Sita. He was the king of Mithila. I think it is in modern Bihar province. So he was in charge, he was the king of that state. He was not really a warrior, but he fights too when there is a requirement. He is more or less dependent on the nature, and he produces ample food, ample fruits and vegetables, so that citizens will not have any problem in eating sumptuous food. He was that kind of Kshatriya. Why? Because he was very learned in the scriptures. Unlike the modern politicians, they may argue, we have IAS, we have this, that. Those are general knowledge of what was going on in the mainstream society. So, it is a scriptural knowledge gives you life. So, Janaka Maharaj being perfected in his spiritual knowledge, he led the people similar way to perfection. Such a learned person also has no duties to perform in this world. That is what we were talking about. Atma Radhi, Atma Santushta, Atma Tripti. Like that, he was also one of them. There are 12 Mahajans in this universe. Swayambhu, Narada, Shambhu. Swayambhu is Lord Brahma. Narada is Narada Muni. Shambhu means Lord Shiva. Kumaro, Kapilo, Manu. Then there are 4 Kumaras, Sanat Kumaras, 5 years old kids. They don't grow. There was some dispute with Mahadev. Therefore, they always kept themselves as 5 years old. Kumaro, Kapilo, Manu. Lord Kapila is the incarnation of Lord Krsna, who is the white incarnation. Manu means Swayambhu Manu. Prahalado, Janako, Bhishma. Then Prahalad Maharaj. Then Janak Maharaj. Then Bhishma Dev. Then Bali Maharaj. Vayashaki means Sukadeva Goswami. And Vayam. Vayam means me. Not me. This verse was quoted by Yamaraj. Therefore, the Vayam is he. These are the 12 Mahajanas who knew the absolute truth is the one single personality, and his name is Krishna. Because of this understanding, they were promoted from the ordinary human beings to Mahajanas. So this is what we require. So Shastric knowledge is important. Such a person who incessantly study the scriptures, comprehend the subjects, come to the conclusion that who is God and how all these things are originated and how does he look like, where is he living, what is his relationship with us and with this material nature. All these things are called knowledge. Other than these things are simply the embodiment of ignorance. So Janaka Maharaj is in the 8th place of the Mahajanas list. So this Janaka Maharaj had a daughter, goddess Sita, who is Lakshmi herself. And later she was married to Lord Ramachandra, the Supreme Brahman. More often we have these conflicts about Ayodhya, Ramachandra, Sita, especially with minority religions. But we need to have the evidence from the Shastra that who is Lord Ramachandra. In the Padma Purana, Lord Shiva tells, Ramande Yoginam Anande Satyanande Chidatmani Idi Rama Padenashu Param Brahma Vidiyade. You cannot actually refute this statement. Why? Because it was told by Mahadev in the Padma Purana. Padma Purana is the whole discussions of Shiva family about the devotional service to the Supreme Lord. The subject is devotional service to Lord Sri Krishna. The questions are asked by Ganesh, Kartikeya and Mother Parvati. And Mahadev, being a Mahajan, Swayambur, Narada, Shambhu. Otherwise, he could not have been Mahajan there. Vaishnavanam Yada Shambhu. Among all the Vaishnavas, topmost is Lord Shiva. But here, according to the narration by Sukadeva Goswami, Mahadev is in the 3rd place. But does not matter that he is in the 3rd place. He is in the 1st place. So he says, when Sati Mataji asked, why are you always meditating? Who are you meditating on? So that is what he said. I meditate on Lord Rama. Right? So that verse is also very famous in Padma Purana. So Lord Shiva says in Padma Purana, Rama Ramedi Ramedi. Rama Rama Rama. I chant Rama's name. He is not saying one time, he is saying 3 times. Rama Rama Rama. Rama Ramedi Ramedi. Rame enjoys. I enjoy this holy name of Rama. Rame, Rame, Manorame. Manorame means this beautiful name of the Lord. I enjoy Rame. Sahasra Namabhis Tulyam. 1000 times you recite Vishnu's name. You usually do that, Vishnu Sahasranam. But this 1000 times you chant Vishnu's name, and these names of Lord Vishnu can be replaced simply by chanting Rama's name 3 times. 1000 times of chanting Vishnu's name takes at least 15 minutes if you go in a moderate speed. But if you say Rama, 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 just 3 seconds. Sahasra Namabhis Tulyam Rama Nama Varanane. Oh my dear wife. Therefore, I do chant Rama's name always and take pleasure in the holy name of the Lord. Now, is Krishna's name can be compared with Vishnu's and Rama's name? Is there any specific numbers that we understood by chanting 3 times Rama is equal with 1000 chanting of Vishnu's names? But what about Krishna? So Shastra says, Sahasra Namam Punyanam Trir Avrityastu Yadbhalam Ekavrityastu Krishnasya. Let me explain these 3 lines. When you chant 1000 times of Vishnu's name, by chanting 3 times Lord Ramachandra's name, Trir Avrityastu Yadbhalam, you get the same phalam. But both of their chantings result you can obtain simply by chanting Krishna's name once. Eka Vrityastu Krishnasya Nama Ekam. Simply by chanting Krishna 1 second, you can gain the same result of chanting 1000 times Vishnu and 3 times Rama. Nama Ekam Tat Prayachadi. You can obtain. So Mahajanas teach us all these confidential secret codes of how to easily obtain the Supreme Lord who resides in the spiritual world. Not Brahma Nirvanam. There is no zero things. Zero is only for those who believe that zero. For example, if you believe only 0, 0, 0, and you don't remember anything about the 0, that is your problem, our problem, everyone's problem. But there are numbers. So Brahma Nirvanam is simply 0. So therefore, it became so essential to have the understanding that the Supreme Lord, Ramande Yoginam Anande, Satyanande Chidatmani, Idi Rama Padenashu Param Brahma Vidiyade. So, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. We always chant this name of Krishna and Rama according to the authoritative scriptures. You shall chant this way. You can chant in melodious way. You can chant in your mind, which is very difficult in the beginning. chant audibly and hear. And by doing that, you are associating with the Supreme Father. I always thought of an example. Just like a farmer produce 100 items of fruits and vegetables. That farmer's family never go outside and buy these 100 items because he produces in his land. So there was no need for his family members to go out and buy those things. Similarly, there was another merchant who produces 1,000 different types of items. Spices like black pepper, cardamom seeds, cloves, and innumerable vegetables and many fruits. That family also does not have to go out and buy those things. And if you go to another merchant, he produces 2,000, 5,000 varieties in his thousands of acres of land. And his family also doesn't have to go and buy those things. In that way, it goes to one person to another person who is superior. In the end, it ends in God, who produces everything. So why do we have to go outside for getting something? When we have in our own family, all these things are produced without any effort. Why do we have to come to this material world and imitate the spiritual world's actions? We always said not to imitate but follow. We are now to get our sustenance, the items for our survival. We are imitating the spiritual world's opulences and trying to be situated in this material world 100%. The material nature, the loss of material nature will not allow us, however we may endeavor, to be permanent in this world. Why? Because Krishna is more worried about us than we are worried to go to our Supreme Father. It is always the father who loves the children more, because the children likes to only play. That is what we were all doing, and we are all doing even now. So, a father who produces everything, all precious stones, all precious metals, all food, all grains, all vegetables, all fruits, all nuts, cement, steel, chemicals, everything. We don't need to go out for getting these things. This is what Mahajanas teach us. It is the Supreme Brahman. Simply execute your prescribed duty and absorb your mind and consciousness in the service of the Lord. You will be reinstated into your original position. So Krishna is telling here, Janak Maharaj, like personality, as a matter of duty, he performs activities, but he is always in knowledge of the Supreme Lord. Otherwise, why he does things as a matter of duty if he does not have the higher knowledge, or if he does not have the higher principles of life in his life. Such people, to just keep the social situation intact, they may engage in the so-called activities of the material world, but they are always detached. But our leaders are simply exploiting the resources of God. They cannot even solve the problems of the people. Always calamities. Now new calamity has started. How they solve this? If you are in knowledge, you should take immediate actions, even if you have to kill the miscreants. Otherwise, you are not the leader. You are not performing your duty as a Kshatriya. Only a Kshatriya can be the administrator. So, in the name of capitalism, communism, democracy, we cannot give people the so-called freedom to exploit our fellow citizens. The actions must be taken immediately without fail. When the truth is already in front and established, what are you waiting for? Court is yours. Law is yours. Country is yours. Why? Bring the miscreants to the public. Have 10 cameras and punish them the way they deserve. And show to everybody. That only satiate the citizens, not the secret punishments. People will be raged when they see unnecessary atrocities are taking place. There is no true justice giving to the people. Everything you actually do it fast. When no one can solve the problem, it is military. You have 3 kinds of military. You are not exercising. You are just feeding them and keeping them as a watchdog. That is one thing. But you can also solve the civilians' problem with the military. If I am in that place, give no chance. People may think, being a devotee, we should be more humble. Not to this. By keeping silent and becoming late, you are giving more chances to many other people. Do the same thing. Atrocious, sinful activities. Olden time, the kings used to punish personally such miscreants. Now you have court, lawyers, and it takes decades to give justice to a victim. Punish them. That is the Kshatriya duty. Krsna is telling here, you kill all these people without fail. Because you are a Kshatriya, it is your duty to establish peace and tranquility and prosperities in this world by killing the miscreants. Why? Because the Kauravas try to usurp your kingdom, try to poison you, try to take your wife away, even try to make her naked. But here we see They already made girls naked in public. What should be the punishment? Under Bhishma Dev's presence, all those things happen. And the present Prime Minister can be compared to the Bhishma Dev. And he is silent. He may be taking actions, but it's very slow. And the people will be raged more because of the delay in taking decisions. You need to establish one thing, and people are opposing. You still establish that. To make the people happy, you give them something else. They will be happy. They will forget this. That is the strategy in running the country. Look upon what people were very upset with your laws and give them some reduction there. Say an example. I always tell about the GST. GST is too much. Give a reduction there. Make it 12%. People forget your UCC implementation. And you release all the fund of the people, especially the trust money. You will get blessings from all the temples. Simply holding the money, holding the money, holding the money, and saving for the next government to enjoy. It will be just a foolishness. The other party will come and enjoy all your money. No use. Give their money back. You will get blessings and you will be able to sustain in the position. So foolishly controlling make no sense. Learn from the great authorities of Srimad Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. These 12 Mahajans always strived for people's happiness. Lord Ramachandra. Simply a washerman criticized his wife. He abandoned her. It was an injustice to Mother Sita. But he did it because he cared for these rascal citizens. That is what the administration means. If you have taken a position, the leader of the people, then manage all of them. Otherwise, give more capable person an opportunity to run the country. Learn from the Mahajanas how to rule the country. Learn from Lord Sri Krishna, Lord Ramachandra, how to run the country. Become successful. Not Rama Rajya and do Ravana's activities. That is contradictory. Anyway, thank you very much. Hare Krishna, we will continue.